Settle down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. It's over. Sit down. Listen, I'm in love. Purple rain, baby. Purple motherfucking rain. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, I am the incomparable J Cross. We Thanksgiving special, baby. Thanksgiving special. Oh my God. Listen, I am since the last time I gave the tip thing, which was a month, like a few months. No, it wasn't a month ago. It was like 20 something days ago that we were here. People have been sending me screenshots of stuff that they think they should buy on eBay. And I think I opened the little Pandora's box with the whole eBay thing. Guys, stop shopping at eBay. Please go to the Facebook group, All Elite Belts. You can get guidance on what the fuck you can and cannot do and you should not do. Um, let's welcome the people who are in the comment section. Again, I am in love. Pray to love. To love. Find yourself a woman. I think that's the problem with a lot of y'all. That's a problem with a lot of y'all. Y'all don't got a special somebody. Go get a special somebody, and you ain't gonna be worried about wrestling belts. It is the day before Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving from us here at Culture Shock Entertainment. We adore you, Michael. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, baby. Welcome to the show. Born, what's good, baby? Platinum Swords. Happy claim your land day. Oh snap. Okay, get Jones off the link. Um, Happy 22nd of November. Yeah, hey, Paul Basso. What's up, baby? How you holding up? Listen, you guys are great. If it's one thing I'm gonna ask everyone here tonight on the show is to tell me what they're grateful for. And I'm grateful for you guys. I really am. I am grateful for you guys to come in here and help me pretend like I know what I'm doing on this thing and I'm just like making it along as it goes. Thank you so much. I really like. I round of applause to you guys. Like really, I appreciate each and every one of you. And to my hosts back there, to everyone in Culture Shock, Joey, Matt, Jones, Vegas, everyone involved, Jimmy, everyone involved in pounding the meat. You guys are amazing, and you guys keep this going. Um, but we have to talk about some stuff now. I wanted to get into the lovey-dovey stuff because again, I'm in love. Love is it, baby. That's right. Hey, you are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. You see what happens? You're happy. You get happy. Go get yourself a nice lady. Okay? You guys are gonna thank me. You're gonna say Jay told me. So please, all of y'all, to love. Round of applause. Okay. All right. Enough of it. Okay. So there I was, minding my business, and I got a message from somebody about buying a belt on eBay. Ooh, we're talking about the bad belts, right? The belts that are shitty, the belts that give Mike Jones nightmares. That's not what we're going to talk about because that's not the problem here. You got to understand, and Matt was saying this earlier before we got on, before we came live. The market is very shitty. And history, from what I have experienced in this belt collecting thing, the hobby goes up and down. There was at one point that the Cody Rhodes Ring of Honor by Figures Inc. was going for 800, 900, $1,200 because it was so rare because there was a dispute with Figures Inc. and WWE. I don't know the details of it. But the moment that those belts were available to buy from Figures Inc. again, that belt, they were selling it for $200. You could get, I think it was a deal. You could get like $800 for like, no, like 600 or something like that for 4 belts. It was crazy. So let's talk about the mistakes that people are gonna do. And Juan, thank you. I miss Vinny too. I miss him. I really do. He's the to love, baby. Love is it, bro. Love is it. So the first thing I'm gonna show you. Please don't spend this kind of money on belts. And like I know I'm joking around and I make fun a lot, But don't do this. Don't. This is none of this is okay. So this right here is a Figures Inc. AWA World's Heavyweight Championship belt made by Figures Incorporated. I had this belt. I can assure you that although it looks great, it's crap because it oxidizes. If you don't take care of it well, someone is selling this shit for $8,000. John Bordoy could tell you that you could buy a sweet 2010 Honda Accord with 8 grand. Please do not buy this. Okay. Also, the women's evolution. Look, it was cute and everything, and I know what we have to. And Jones has agreed to allow us to put the Monday Night Raw Women's Championship and the SmackDown Divas Championship on one show. I enjoyed this pay-per-view. I really did, but I'm not gonna pay $8,000 for a belt that comes up on Marketplace or on eBay for probably 250, $300 every once in a while. Okay, this is I don't want to say predatory because those are accusations, and a man in love doesn't make accusations. Um, then there's this, and Joey, I know you're back there. Um, $4,499 for a you now he's a great fighter, one great fighter, but bro, it ain't no come on, you guys. I get these messages and I'm like that you got at times I think people are trolling me. Really, I think I take myself way too seriously with this stuff, but I really don't. I don't know what I'm doing half of the time. Okay. Then there's an ECW tag team title by Figures Inc. And Joseph Atanza can attest that those 2 millimeter belts suck. And I'm going to speak about that in regards to the United States Championship belt, which we are presenting today. And we'll be also highlighting the Survivor Series because, again, the day before Thanksgiving, why not? I want to explain something that I think a lot of people don't know, and I had to experience myself a while ago. You see that signature right there? It don't mean nothing. In the wrestling belt community, the collecting community, you can put somebody, oh, I have this and this belt signed. No one cares. I don't know why. I think signatures are cool actually. But no one really cares about them. I got a WCW tag from it was a Reggie Parks and it was signed by Buff Bagwell. And it came with an authenticity card. No offense to Buff Bagwell, but I dumped the card because I really didn't care about there was a signature on there. At times, some people think it brings the value down on the belts. I wouldn't go that far, but you ain't gonna pay that kind of money. ECW tag team title belt with 27 signatures: Paul Heyman, Cactus Jack, Tommy Dreamer. Again, great, love ECW, but please do not spend 4 grand on a belt like this. And this guy is really charging $4,000 for Michael Jones' ECW World Heavyweight title that he loves so much. No, that you cannot just don't pay this amount of go to All Elite Belts, go to Belt Talk. And I say these groups because again, I like to surround myself with grown men and adults, and not children who banter and bicker about stupid shit. Go to those groups. Belt Talk doesn't allow you to have bootlegs. All Elite Belts gives you a free range of what to do. But people give you guidance there, and all elite belts, they're cool about it, right? Because like the administrators there, including Matt, they have like a pulse on that shit. But on Belt Talk, you'll be careful if you post any bootlegs on there because they will massacre you, bro. It is crazy. I agree. And look, yo, y'all having a whole conversation in the damn chat. This is out of control. Yes, a big fingerprint magnet. Um, Beautiful belt when you initially get it, but again, it oxidizes every single one I've seen. I've had 3 in my belt collecting years of experience, yada yada, all that shit. Drew, I love you, baby. I'm thankful for you, King. Um, if they can get someone to buy it at that price, then good for them. Don't do the research and get flat. That's true. That's true. You got to do your research, and this is what the show is to give you. I don't buy it. Don't give that kind of money away, man. No one should be paying that much for a belt in the first place. And I'm gonna show you one of the most atrocious things I was sent. And this is a big logo WWE Championship introduced by Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Um, which I didn't like because I thought CM Punk was washed to the side. But that's a story for another day. But there's $3,000, and it's not that it's just a replica because obviously that's a problem. The issue that I'm having with this is the signatures on this belt. Michael Jones, I see you back there, and I want you to hear the names that bring this replica from the shop to $3,000. And they're in San Antonio, Texas. You ready for the names that brings this belt? A regular 275, 250. If you go Black Friday, that's this Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to look on the shop. David Babel has made sure to tell everyone who would listen that there are sales on the Matt Panetta Pro. Yo, everyone that could listen, that there are deals. Jones, here you go. The WWE Championship replica title belt is an adult replica belt with authentic autographs from wrestlers I met in Comic Cons or WWE Access. Leather is a fox leather. Does have a bit of belt wear. That's a fucking stretch. That belt is ding the fuck up, but I digress. The metal does have a couple little flaws, not major ones. Autographs from The Undertaker, cool. Chris Jericho, okay. Trish Stratus, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, what's Paul Heyman guy? Tyson Kidd, Natalia is in there for some reason. Sasha Banks, Samoa Joe, and he can pick a ship or you can also pick it up. So, if you would like that belt, please. I think assign belts to those values on belts. Hey, yes, Babel, I agree. I definitely agree on that. But guys, please do your research. Do not spend all this money on these belts. Speaking of someone with experience on spending belts, on spending money on belts that aren't good, just do your research. Make sure that you are spending your money on the stuff that you want. Stop booting fucking spinners. Okay, I know I have a slide at the. I was trying to be funny. I had a slide at the end of the presentation for the United States Championship. You stop fucking. I don't understand. I don't know who told ya that they can pull this off. Classic Shields, who does amazing work. They take a long ass time. Who does amazing work. They don't do the spinner. Please stop. Just go on the shopping. It's right there. It's like $300 on a good sale. Just get it there. Please stop. And I don't want to show it now because then I'm going to go on a tangent and it's a whole thing with me because I hate the spinner. Just God is here. And love reigns supreme. Purple rain, baby. Purple rain. So I understand that if you don't do your research, you're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to put yourself in complicated situations. And also, here is the big problem that you're going to face. You have the product. So you have the and this is very loose terms, the collateral in your hand. You pay, let's say you do pay let's see $4,000 for the ECW tag team title with 27 signatures including the great Paul Heyman. You get that belt, you spent the money. Now you realize, man, if I don't sell this belt, my wife's going to beat my ass. And you go to sell it and you put that same amount, you'll be laughed at. No one's going to touch that. No one's going to see that. And you've lost your money. Think before you spend. I don't know why I know why I have to say it. I was new too. And I'm sorry to sound so ignorant and so I'm cocky about it. I don't mean to. But you have to be smart about this stuff. If not, you're gonna lose your money. Okay. So moving on from this, I am gonna bring in again a man who always is down for the cause. He loves wrestling as much as I do, and he's my future baby daddy. So it is what it is. It's 2023. Get over it. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, Mr. Matt Panetta. Matt, come on in.
I'm hurt, I'm old, I'm tired, and I work with fucking children, Jay.
Same. Wow. Look at that.
Here we are, baby.
The day before Thanksgiving. I know it's not Canadian. You went on a rant about the whole Thanksgiving thing. When is Canadian Thanksgiving?
It was October 9th. That's the real Thanksgiving.
Wow. Okay.
The real Thanksgiving. This is the pretend one.
I feel like you Canadians are very bitter. I don't understand why. I don't
We're
know
actually
why.
a very happy bunch. but don't piss
You
us
are
off.
good people. You're very prideful. I like that. I think I'm starting to respect Brett a lot, and I can't believe I'm saying that. I got caught on camera saying I'm
The
respecting Brett the Hitman
greatest
Hart.
United States champion, by the way.
Settle the fuck down. We're talking about the ruthless aggression here.
He won
Relax.
it in the ruthless aggression era. You remember?
Oh my God, he did.
In
2010.
Toronto. Yep.
Oh, oh
That's a
my
good
God, you know
segue,
I love
no?
that. Yes, it is. Don't boo spinners. Matt, what's your
Listen,
thought on
listen,
the
please.
spinner
Look.
thing?
All right. First, that AWA that you showed, you can see the oxidizing in the photo.
No.
Clear as day on the main plate. But to all you belt enthusiasts, all you guys that are getting into the hobby, all you vets, everyone who loves belts, right? That's a big part of the audience that watches our show. Stop buying belts you can't afford.
Yeah.
All right. That's my little sprinkle of wisdom. All right. Stop buying belts you can't afford. If you are going into debt for a wrestling belt, you really gotta stop.
There's a
Right?
problem.
Look at your priorities in life. Wrestling is, the belts are always here. But if you can't put food on the table, if you can't pay your bills, stop buying belts. I don't care if they're on sale. I don't care Black Friday. Stop. This is all just a fantasy, okay? Temporary pleasures. There's real life problems that a lot of you should be more concerned about.
Yeah.
Faux leather and metal.
No cap. No cap. Hey, Matt, even when you're sick, you're just like on it, bro.
Telling you,
I
bro,
appreciate you, King.
I don't have time for this nonsense in the hobby.
So the WWE United States Championship, when Stephanie McMahon was taking over the world, okay, that woman could do no wrong in my eyes.
She still can't.
Now, let me ask you this: was she running creative at this time or not yet?
I don't think she was running creative, but she did have a lot of pull.
Yeah.
She might have had some influence with certain things here and there, but she wasn't. I correct me if I'm wrong, Joe or Joey. I don't think she was fully in charge.
I don't. I think Paul was in charge, and I know that she had her grasp. She was the one that got Randy the World Heavyweight Championship.
That's right.
I know that storytelling was hers, and you got. I don't. While I like the fact that Randy won the World Heavyweight Championship at Survivor Series from Benoit, I think he should have remained in Evolution. He should have remained. They should have backed him up, and maybe you stretch out Triple H like getting angry about it. But
I think that faction and storyline could have been a little bit longer for sure.
I agree. So July, this culminates at Vengeance, right?
That's right. Vengeance 2003.
So this segment called Slingshot is basically what I've noticed, Matt, when I was looking at this, as the research for the show and watching these things while I've been living my life, being a dad, being a man who's in love and basking in purple rain. I realized that when someone won the United States Championship, it seemed to slingshot them.
Absolutely. Especially during this era.
Yes. Now, do you think that has to do with, again, we go back to Paul Heyman's genius, the SmackDown 6, right? We go back to, we need to build new stars. Do you think that's a contributing factor in that?
I think it has a lot to do with it. This was a time where, as you mentioned, Jay, this title, once a wrestler won it, it really did push them to the top. This mid-card title meant something. This helped to elevate, and I think Heyman had a lot to do with that over the course of a number of years.
You want to know a fun fact about this belt for me? Number one, it was my favorite belt as a kid. I was 12 going on 13 when it came out. And I think it was, I remember it being quick. The belt debuted and the foam plastic version was ready to go.
Yeah.
And my my dad, Matt, who like my dad doesn't like do feelings and doesn't do any of that stuff. Out of nowhere, he comes home and he's like, "Hey, I got you something." And this is like September of
Wow.
2003, so 2 months after this belt's released, and he passes it to me, and it's the foam plastic version of the United States Championship. Again, my favorite belt. I was over the moon. I lost my shit.
Awesome.
And Slingshot, I mean, at Eddie Guerrero first, he
Oh,
wins it.
yeah.
Vengeance, 2003. I believe it was against Benoit.
Yep. I think
Um,
both of Guerrero's. He's a two-time U.S. champ, right?
yes,
And both of the times that he won was against Benoit.
and again, I
Very poetic, is it not?
it really is. It really is. What we talked about Eddie in the with the Undisputed Championship episode.
Yeah,
Um, what are your thoughts on Eddie during this time? Because I also remember around this time, Eddie was also he became a dual champion with Chavo.
that's
He
right.
was it with Chavo? Or was it with? I think it was with Chavo, where he was a dual champion and he had the SmackDown tag.
Like you said, this is a slingshot championship. Eddie is the inaugural United States WWE champion in 2003, and his career just soared after winning this title. He only had it. I'm trying to remember how many days did he have this
Dude,
title?
I
Didn't
speaking
seem
of
very
that,
long.
it wasn't very long. I think it was No Mercy. It was No Mercy that he lost
That's
the
right.
belt. And when I remember when we talked about this and we had this conversation about this show, and I said, "Hey, listen, I want storyline. I don't want
Yeah.
marks. I don't want people who know everything behind the curtains. I don't want that. I'm sick and tired of that. I don't want to be in it because I'm not in it. I want to be a fan." Matt, how did you feel this moment? And then I'll tell you how I felt. You'll probably be surprised. How did you feel when you saw this segment between Big Show and Eddie Guerrero?
I love Big Show. Captain Insano shows no mercy. Everything Big Show's done. Been a big fan of his, and
Yeah,
he always goes kind of back and forth between heel and face. That's something he's done time and time
it's a
again.
meme at this point. Yeah.
It is. It really is a meme at this point. But Eddie doing Eddie things, right? Spraying down Big Show. And I like this picture that you chose, Jay. He's just laying there. He looks like a carcass, and he's just sprayed, just hosed down. And it was a good time, man. It was funny. This is entertainment at its finest. Um, I loved it. I love to see Eddie just being that funny, serious cheater, right? Who would do anything he can to win. And I love Eddie Guerrero. We talked a lot about Eddie during our last show, but this moment was iconic, and it feels like yesterday, man. 2004, right? Oh, man, like that's 2003. Seems like yesterday.
And let me tell you something. You know what I felt when I saw this, bro? I
What's that?
felt awful. I felt bad. Matt, like, I don't know why. I was a weird kid. I'm like, I'm never gonna bully anyone. I'm gonna apologize to my friend Darius. I had a friend named Darius who loved wrestling, right? And he made himself, this was like eighth grade. He made himself like like this wrestling belt. And he was like, "You got to challenge me." We all played wrestling, and I don't know why. Jones, please don't judge me on this. My God, don't judge me on it. I was a big Bill Goldberg fan
Oh,
back in 2003. Okay, and I beat my friend. I covered him and counted 1, 2, 3. He did not kick out with a spear. And then I got on top of like this post in the staircase at school, by the way, and frog splashed him and won the belt from him. And I felt this happened Thursday afternoon when we were released from school, and then this episode dropped. And I was like,
awesome.
oh my God. And Darius was like a chunky kid. I was losing my shit, bro. I was like, I need to give him the belt back. I tried to give him the belt back. He was like, no, you're the champion, right? But you know what's one thing that I enjoyed, and I want to segue into having just a side conversation with you about it.
Sure.
Big Show dominated that No Mercy match, right?
No, we did.
He won his United States Championship. But there was a point in time, and Joey's gonna Joey private message me because I don't know why. For some reason, Joey, that's all Joey does, watch wrestling stuff.
He's an encyclopedia.
Dude,
He
he
really
is. You just tell him a fucking date, and he right away pops up with it. So there was a time where Big Show returned, and he had semi-long hair,
Mhm.
and Kurt Angle, I think, was GM. And Big Show came back from injury, whatever he was, and he chokeslammed everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody got their ass handed to him. And I became a Big Show fan. I was shocked because I couldn't stand Big Show. And I became because he was so dominant. Could they have not done better with Paul White?
I think there are numerous times in Paul White's career that they could have done better with him, and this time is certainly one of them. He was a dominant force. What do they bill him as? The 7'2", 500-pound giant, and like the guy was a monster, and he came in. I remember that episode, and he destroyed absolutely everyone that was in the ring that came out. The guy was a monster. I feel looking at his career now, it's sad. After all these years, watching our heroes, so to speak, get old, and their bodies kind of break down. He doesn't. He's a big man as it is, so he never really had the mobility, and he's got a lot of knee issues and back issues, but he's got a lot to give, I guess, to the next generation in terms of what he can provide and how he can coach them. But back in 2003, man, yeah, they could have pushed this guy even higher than they did.
Yeah. I felt that he was billed as a dominant force. I remember, I think Tori Wilson was involved in an angle when he chokeslammed Kurt
Yeah.
off of that platform, and then bro, when I tell you, Matt, I had no idea kayfabe was a thing back in 2003, and I was 13 years old. I am telling you, I had no idea. I thought this motherfucker was dead.
But just before, there were still wrestling sites at the time. This is, the internet was a thing, but we didn't all have access to it, or we had dial-up internet. It's not like today, man. Like the dirt sheets today. This is the thing.
Joseph, go ahead.
I was gonna say, we were kids then, so our perspective was obviously different than it is now, for sure. But like you said, I think a lot of us, kayfabe was something that we had no idea what it was. And when an episode like this aired, and you just see this monster, this giant come in and just kick everybody's ass, you're terrified.
You know who ruined it for me, Matt?
Dave Meltzer?
No, fuck him. My cousin Kenneth Moya. I'm gonna put this on my story so he can see it.
I hope he's watching.
Because you separate from families and you move away, and then you don't have. But like he texted me the other day, and I texted him back, and it was just a good feeling of my childhood. Right? He was a big part of my childhood, and Kenneth fucked it up for me. He sent me this link. He sent me a fucking link to a website called ringsidemayhem.com. I don't know if you guys who are watching will remember it. ringsidemayhem.com. And it literally was like, oh, Randy Orton and Triple H spotted together at Wendy's. It was something weird. And it was September of 2000, 2 weeks after the thumbs down.
Yeah. Oh my
and I
gosh.
was like, what? And then it opened my mind, and I love that I had that, right? And then you have Joseph Vatanza here. When we talked about the dial-up shit, we say, hey, Joey, look up the episode September 9th, 2004. That's the day Big Show returned.
He didn't have to look it up either. He knew.
No, he fucking knew because
he just went into the catalog up here.
Oh my fucking God. So we have Big Show wins the WWE Championship. Oh, hold on.
Well, we have a special guest.
Hey, all right, look, come here. Say hi to Uncle Matt. He's a freeloading Canadian, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. All right, I love you so much. Okay. All right, too sweet. Woo woo. Have a good night. I love you.
I did this. Yeah.
Hey, you are the most amazing thing on God's green earth.
Say it louder.
I love you.
We the threes.
No, she says we the threes instead of we the ones because there's no respect in this house.
Oh my goodness.
Don't have fucking kids. Don't have kids. They'll change everything. That wrestling ball ain't gonna mean shit. Okay, and 3.5. Do not have kids. I'm sorry, Matthew.
That's okay. I have one, and that's why I'm sick.
Oh my god, you're going through this. Oh my god, yeah, same. So Big Show wins the United States Championship.
And he held
And
it
then-
for quite a long time.
He
147 days.
He did. And
Yeah.
then Eddie gets propelled months later
Yeah.
to the ultimate prize.
That's it.
He
man.
beat Brock Lesnar.
He did.
And
He
we, and
did.
we talked about that. And again, you told me like you were excited. I was excited. I cried. I ain't gonna cap. I was 13.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? I believed in something, right? Let me
It was a
ask you
feel-good
this,
moment,
Matt.
man.
Do you think? I think he was ready. I know we talked about before of him
Mhm.
stepping back. What did you think would have happened if he felt confident? If he rode it through, what do you think would have gone on?
That's really hard to answer, man. I'm happy and I'm quite content with how it played out, because looking at the US title, looking at his big win over Benoit,
Yeah.
and then going to that United Undisputed Championship, and then going on to just capturing everybody's hearts. He only had a couple of years left, right? It's 2003. He passed what, 2005, November.
I remember like it
13th.
was yesterday, baby.
November 13th. Yeah. I don't know what they could have done differently, right?
Bro. To Eddie, bro. To Eddie.
Like I said before, with how he won the U.S. title was very poetic. How he won it the second time was also very poetic. I know we're not going to talk too much about Benoit this episode, but he was oh my goodness, what was he, a 3-time champion?
Mhm.
I think so, something like that. But yeah, there's Big John, because after
I don't want you to stop. I'm gonna stop you right there.
yeah.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna be dramatic because y'all know how I be on some shit, man. I'm in love. Purple rain. Purple rain. Listen, I don't want you to talk to me about John Cena. I want you as a fan to talk to me about the Doctor of Thugonomics.
My favorite John Cena. This was the Eminem era. White boy from Canada looking at John Cena like this when Eminem was at the top of his game too, man. Thugonomics John Cena is a John Cena that I wish lasted, I don't want to say a little bit longer. I wish he had made a return. I loved Bedoy. Thugonomics John Cena, bro. Push the envelope, right? Really push the envelope.
Jones.
Easy Jones.
So
Up,
here
Nico.
where I was with John Cena when I initially, because I actually saw that Velocity, match of like I watched his Velocity matches. I watched the SmackDown matches. He was on Velocity quite a lot.
You was.
And me and my cousin Kenneth, when he would come over on Saturday, we would watch Velocity. That's all, like we did, and then we play San Andreas, whatever the hell the game was. But you have the Doctor of Thugonomics, right?
Yep.
When I'm fighting or spitting, my discipline is unforgiving. We were all enthralled in
Don't
that
stop,
shit.
keep going.
And you go to WrestleMania 20, where Vince McMahon claimed that it all began again. And a lot of people, Matt, say that this was like the end of the Attitude Era, golden era, where it was so popular, WrestleMania 20. I want you, before we talk about Cena winning, I'm gonna read you all the rap from one John Cena of WrestleMania 20.
Let's dim the lights a little bit.
Yo, no cap. Hold on. I got a remote.
There we go. You want to go full
Okay.
screen for this, or you want the
Yo,
lyrics?
no, you ain't. No, because then, yeah, you know what? Put me for, yeah, go ahead. Listen, here we go. I'm going to tell you how we went. You ready? So this is John Cena's freestyle from March 14th, which, by the way, Matt, I have to tell you this before I go in because I go on tangents and shit.
I love your tangents.
I love this WrestleMania. And you want to know why? Because I was there and Matthew Mirabito was there
Oh,
and Brian Allen was there. And I'm sure there's like 3 or 4 more other people. There was a bunch of us who are now like cool peoples in the same building at the same time. And we had no idea the other existed. So yeah, it's a very special WrestleMania to me. But let me read you what John Cena told the Big Show, and this is not me. This is John Cena, and he's for the kids. So here we go. You got the franchise player on the Super Bowl stage. So get that Gorilla Big Show out of his cage. Ain't no way I'm gonna lose to that King Kong ripoff. That's like Gary Coleman beating Patrick Ewing in a tip-off. Big Show's really an ape with opposable thumbs, and he stuffs his singlet. Looks like he's smuggling plums. Yo, and I love this because it foreshadows, obviously. Everybody knows he can't see me. I'm itching to beat him like a penis with an STD. Again, these are not my words. I'm just a messenger.
oh man.
I'm not even wrestling the Big Show. This whole thing is a charade. My match is with the hippo float from the Macy's parade. So it's time to get a championship to match these custom knucks. And then he had like US championship brass knuckles. Madison Square, shout it loud, baby. Big Show sucks.
Should we snap? We should snap. Poetry reading.
How cool was this? Where did we go wrong, Matt? First of all, how cool was this motherfucker back in the day?
Man, those were the days, Jay. You wouldn't see, like, very rarely do we see any kind of entertainment like this today, right? That's edgy. That's like, I'm not going to repeat some of the lines, right? But I can't outdo what you just did, Jay.
Woo woo, but keep going.
But my man, times have changed. You couldn't get away with half of this stuff on TV today.
And it's funny that you say that because I was gonna mention that and like talk and I said, you know what, I'm not even gonna get into it, but like here you are, just even yourself just pulling it up. Like this wouldn't fly. This isn't Be a Star. This isn't, Make a Wish Foundation John Cena.
And I quote, this is in quotations, so in case my employer sees this, right? In quotations, I'm itching to beat him like a penis with an STD, end quote.
He would be canceled immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
There's a lot of things in this era that would have canceled numerous superstars.
And I think, and I know that people get sensitive about this, Matt, but I enjoyed it while I was a kid, right? Call me hypocritical. I 100% take it. Maybe it's maturity. I don't want my daughter listening to that, right? Even though I drop F-bombs around my kid all the time, and she knows to only like curse in the concepts of our home. But this wouldn't fly today, right? No. And it shows. I honestly think between you and me, the whole sewer thing with Big Show and Eddie wouldn't have fly today either.
I remember I could smell it through the TV, bro. I could smell it.
It was bad. So we have Cena win.
Yeah.
He goes on his thing and then explain to me who this man is.
Well, before Cena, the belt was vacated, right? Because didn't he attack Kurt?
It was. Yes, it was.
He attacked Kurt, who was the GM at the time. That was vacated. Mm-hmm. And then I think just before Carlito wins, Cena wins the belt back after beating Booker, if I'm not mistaken.
Booker T. We're going to talk about Booker later, yes?
And then we get the rise of this man who's back on our television screens. Wonderful to see Carlito back in the WWE. His
You gotta
best run.
go ahead. Mention it, please. You gotta tell. Please walk the people through the story. Please tell us what is it. Why does it say Cena got stabbed on the screen? Look at Joey. Joey's like back there, like doing
Joe,
jabbing thing. What was
Joey's
the
just
bodyguard's name? Matt.
oh man, I can't
God.
remember. I'm on cold medication, dude. So
No. I don't
cut me
even
some slack.
remember. Josue. Hold on,
Yeah.
Joey. What was Jesus? The nigga's name was Jesus. Okay. His name was Jesus, and Jesus went to a club, right? And he stabbed Cena in the kidneys.
Yeah.
So you knew shit was getting way too real. He stabbed him. And what were your initial thoughts of Carlito when because this was his debut match? That's when he actually beat Cena, his debut match, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That was it. And I think Nico said it in the comments. This was Carlito's best run. I loved it. The whole Carlito Cena feud was fantastic. Arguably, I don't know if it's my favorite, definitely top 3 feuds. The United States title. Carlito is, I think, in many respects, very underrated. He doesn't get the credit that he deserves.
No, I like that he got his flowers in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
When they saw him, and he came out, the crowd went crazy. And this is something I'm gonna skim by, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna skim by it, because I hate the fucking spinners.
Thank you. I don't want to spend any time. The only thing I'll say about the spinner, the only good thing about the spinner, is March 10th. And the reason why I remember it's March 10th because it's a day before my birthday. This is my birthday gift from JBL.
That was your birthday gift?
This is my birthday gift. JBL dropping that abomination in that trash can and blowing it up. And then bringing back that more traditional version of the belt and giving it to Orlando Jordan, who I believe is the longest reigning U.S. champion.
So here is where we have to have comparisons with what. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Daddy Jones is like, absolutely not. He is going to. I bet you it's somebody else who's black. But that I'm okay with that because we the people. But Jones, go ahead and let me know what's the correct answer to that, because he actually got mad. It's probably AJ Styles. Watch. So here's the thing with Orlando Jordan and why I'm okay with the title.
Oh no, sorry, MVP. My bad. MVP is the longest reigning. Sorry, Jones.
Didn't I say it was going to be another?
Sorry.
Come on.
Don't. That wasn't a racist comment. Okay, please.
It was racial, and it's let me see. Hold on, let's see what Joe says.
He says Dean Ambrose. How long did Dean Ambrose had it? Because MVP had it for 343 days, if I'm not mistaken.
Ambrose. I don't like counting Ambrose because Ambrose didn't defend that title much, bro. When he had
not like MVP. MVP was a dominant force.
And
347, a few days more.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Matt, with Orlando Jordan winning the title, why I didn't have an issue with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the belt came back.
Yep.
The United States Championship came back. The fucking WWE
the
Championship
real
spinner.
United States Championship came back.
Correct. I am okay with John Cena having a spinner. I am okay
listen, for the record, I am too. If it's his gimmick belt and it belongs to just him, fine. That's what the WWE spinner should have been all along.
And they did it right with this. They didn't do it right with the spinner or with the WWE Championship, which you fuckers stop booting the fucking spinners. But on SmackDown, March 1st, and this was a few days before WrestleMania. It's like a month before that he lost. I thought Cena was going to be a dual champion. I was pissed the fuck off when he lost that belt. Because, again, Doctor of Thugonomics, I can buy it, right? I couldn't buy Doctor of Thugonomics Cool Cena when he turned PG, right? But this is his slingshot to the WWE. Yeah, he changed it several times back and forth, but here he is.
With his spinner. It's a good picture, though, of the belt.
Right?
I hate that thing, but it suits.
Do you have one?
Nope. I've never bought one.
So what happens if, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Because I like look, I'm sorry, I'm demented. I like putting people in uncomfortable situations. So if I sent you a spinner as a gift for like, let's say, like, I don't know, your birthday or some shit, what would you do with it?
I'll get married again. You can send me another free belt like Omi did.
Oh, bro, or hey, Omi's the man.
Omi used to
But
be my homie.
man, listen, what a fall from grace.
Wow.
To be honest
Omi?
with you,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what, man? We're gonna get off topic, so
Hey,
I digressed a
the day
little bit.
before Thanksgiving, what do we do?
Listen, I was thankful for my friendship with Homie at the time. I feel sorry for the
Mm,
guy because a lot of people told him as a maker, listen, all right, they had his back. I was one of them, and now
mm.
he still has his business running, but it's not what it used to be. He might be making
No,
decent belts now, but dude, he has his little army of what, like 20 people at best. It's the same
and
people that have been defending him time and time again, and they haven't learned.
I don't understand the look. I can be objective, right? Right now, my IWGP V3 from Classic Shields just finished. They're shipping it. I ordered that shit in September of 2020,
Yeah.
and it got finished just this past weekend. I can be objective. I can say, hey, here are the facts. Let's move forward. But I felt with Omi, even when we called out the things, and I'm just calling out factual things, it was a
Yeah.
problem, right? Your quality, I can assure you, your quality speaks for itself. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what
You
me and
don't have to
Carmack
hate
argue.
other
No,
makers. You
no,
don't have to bash people. You don't have to tell them to promote my work so you can, outshine somebody else. All of that nonsense.
no. It's money. It literally, it's yo, I can tell you right now. Look into my eyes filled with purple rain. A man in love, a man who has all hope, a man who's gonna conquer the world soon because he is madly in love with a woman. Okay, and she is the greatest thing on God's green earth. Purple rain. But bro, the quality speaks for itself. If there's about that shit, if there's about that shitty, it's shitty. It is what it is. You say, hey, the belt is not good. Matt, if you get a shitty belt from Classic Shields, what are you gonna do?
The first thing I'm going to do is message them. I'm not going to post it in all the groups. I'm not going
Number
to,
one.
shit all over the maker publicly. I'm going to deal it like a man with them directly. Okay. That's what anyone who gets a belt from a maker that is not satisfied with the final product should do. But yeah, what a fall from grace, man.
I remember
Slingshots. Slingshot.
I
Is
got
Omi ever going to slingshot back into the game? Because, man, he is number 4 at best.
I let me tell you something. The best I can tell you right now, I've had the best experience and then the worst experience with Omi in the belt collecting community. I asked for a block WWF Big E. I hit him up and I said, "What you got in stock, baby? Talk to me." And he said, "I have a block Big Eagle." Okay,
Was it
I
actually in stock?
it was Matthew. You're gonna be shocked, baby.
Wow.
Okay, it was actually in stock, and he sent it, and I got it a week later. Vincent now has that belt. I sold it to him, and he has it. And he says, "Bro, I don't like. I don't need anything else because he had it. The quality was there, right? And I think the quality speaks for itself, and that's something that he needs to. I don't know what version of the Winged Eagle they're on, like version 84 or
The
so.
V,
I don't know what
I
the
think
fuck.
it's the V7 or V8 now, and there's still a lot of flaws.
Go
Lot of
get some ass.
flaws.
Go get Purple Rain, baby. I'm good. Go get some ass. But let's talk about something that I know Mike Jones is gonna lean forward because although I am African American, I can appreciate everything. Jones is all about Mama Africa. Okay. So Slingshot, Booker T, talk to me. 2003, we talked about it last episode. Triple H screwed
Yep,
this man beyond
he
what you
did.
could screw. Even and
Absolutely, he did.
I enjoyed the Reign of Terror, Matt. I enjoyed it. I thought it brought prestige to the championship. But we
It did.
cannot admit that 9 seconds to crawl over to cover a damn pedigree is a problem. Talk to me about Booker T.
I'm glad Booker had a good run with the United States title. Right when he came into to WWE in 2001, he, correct me if I'm wrong, he was the WCW. Was he the WCW World? And
And
the he
US
was. That's right. He had both. Right.
Yep, he did.
He had both titles, and yeah, I think he defended it against Jericho on that Monday Night Raw. I think so. The world title, not the US. But
Of the US, yeah.
this is this ties into into our show last
So
episode.
yeah,
Four-time United States champion.
and here's the thing: this was an 8-way elimination match on a fucking SmackDown, right? And
Yeah,
Jones
man.
can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Paul Heyman was gone by this time. Paul,
This is
I don't know. I think
what
Paul Heyman. Maybe I think he was gone by
I
this
can't
point,
remember.
but
To be
this was
honest.
it was on a SmackDown, and this was the time where we had Lesnar versus Angle. You guys don't know what we had a
Yeah.
good. We were fucking kings. We were
We did.
great.
No, we
kings of
did,
men.
man. We're looking back, and we took it for granted.
We
We
did,
took it for
bro.
granted because we were
I
all,
walked
man,
into
because
school
we
in
were caught up
7th
with
grade.
the Attitude Era, right?
I walked into 7th grade like, yo, Brock won the title from Angle on an episode of SmackDown in an Iron Man match. A great Iron Man match, by the way. Okay, titles were being changed on regular show. You had no idea.
Yeah.
You had no clue what was going on. So then
who was in that match again? I can't remember everybody.
Cena, Rene
RVD
Dupree,
was
Van
in it.
Dam was in it. Billy Gunn.
Yeah, Rene Dupree.
In that match. What was
Yeah.
Kurt Angle's bodyguard?
Charlie Haas.
No.
And who else? Yeah, Charlie
Kurt's
Haas was
bodyguard. Hold on, Joey threw the shit in the chat. Luther fucking Reigns. God damn it, Joseph. Yeah, Joey got
Reigns,
it.
Yeah.
Luther Reigns was a thing.
And then there's someone else. I can't remember who else. I think we mentioned 7 guys. But
Kenzo Suzuki was in that match.
Suzuki. Yeah, that's right. No, wow, good memory, man. Holy shit.
Kenzo was in that match. Yeah, I remember him good. Yeah. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Matt.
I was just gonna say Book held it for 3 months or so, 4 months. Before dropping it to Cena. Yeah.
He dropped it to Cena and No Mercy. I remember that specifically.
That's right.
That he
and that was the best of 5, right?
The best of 5 series. Yes.
That's it, bro.
We don't have that anymore. When was the last time you saw something like that? And enticed
in any
you.
promotion, man, I don't remember. That might be the last time. October 2004.
Now, we have to agree. Booker was a little different than Eddie and John. Whereas Booker had to go. Well, he had to go a little bit further before he got the title back. I feel like Cena and Eddie were like in just a short amount of time. If I'm No Mercy 2004.
Yeah.
I think that's when I think Cena won it from him in No Mercy 2004. And then Booker didn't get it back, I think, till like October. Or 2005.
October the following year. That's right.
The following year. So there was an expansion of time, which is good. You get the character development, you get the expansion on the belt's history and the continued title defenses. But it was a bit different than Cena and Eddie.
Well, Cena won it a third time during that time period, right? He dropped the belt to Carlito. He won it back from Carlito. He held the belt for 100 and whatever days. And then Orlando Jordan had it for 173 days. Then Benoit again. And then we get to the following year, 2005, October, where Booker wins it for a third time at this point. And yet only held it for about a month.
Yeah, I think it was like 31 or 32, something
like that. And then it was vacated when he fought Benoit, right? And it ended in a double pinfall.
The double pinfall, but then I think he got it back. Or did Benoit get it back?
He did get it back, yeah. Because then that was the best of 7 series. Randy Orton was, I think, in that series too. And yeah, then Booker did get it back, and that was his last reign as the U.S. champion.
Do you know what happens when Mike Jones hears that there's rice pilaf in the lobby? This is how Mike Jones looks. Hella happy for no reason at all. Okay. Like you said, October what, 18, 2005. And I think, who was that? That was against who? I don't remember who that was against. Was that Benoit? Yeah, because
Yes.
Benoit had the title. Um, and then it propelled him to, I think, one of the best runs that he had, King Booker.
Yeah. King
The
Booker.
Great American Bash, 2006. How did you feel when the Great American Bash came back?
As a Canadian, no, I love King Booker. We talked about Book a lot last episode, man. The Great American Bash was a great pay-per-view to bring back, and King Booker at this time was man, it was just it was a long time coming. A long time coming for him to get his flowers.
Yeah, man. That's 3 years after the WrestleMania incident.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think they could have definitely just made him an even more dominant champion, whether it be for the US. I would have loved to see him even hold the belt, the US title another time, or just be a world champion for even longer. They really messed up with Booker.
They really did, and I think that's one of the issues I have with when they say Triple H's reign of terror. I don't think that would have cost them anything to have Booker have a 2 or 3 month run, and Triple H could
Absolutely
have
not.
taken
The reign of
right?
terror would have still been as dominant if Booker had won at some point in between.
Yeah, cool.
They could have just extended it a little bit longer, right? It went on for as long as it did. What would have another title reign or dropping it to Book have done?
I agree 100%. Matt, thank you so much for being on here on Get the Strap. You are
Always a pleasure.
appreciated, and I'm thinking. Let me ask you a question, baby.
Yes.
What are you thankful for, bro? And I know you don't. I know you prideful. I know if I let you, be floating that Canadian flag all over the screen, which will not happen. These colors don't run, baby. But you tell, what are you thankful for, King?
I'm thankful for the opportunity to share the stage with you, Jay, first and foremost, and all of the boys backstage and everyone affiliated with PTM. It's been, we talk a lot about the negatives of the hobby sometimes, especially when nonsense is going on, either with scammers or just poor quality belts or whatever. There's always something, bro, right? Whether it be Instagram, eBay, you name it, right?
Yeah.
But there are so many wonderful moments in this hobby, and beautiful friendships that are made. That's why I talk to people, bro. Get to know one another, because at the end of the day, yeah, the belts are nice. They're shiny. They sit on your shelf. They might make you happy, right? But nothing can compare to wonderful friendships that you can make in this hobby. And so, in the spirit of American Thanksgiving, I am grateful for all of the people that I consider to be a dear friend. And you know who you are. I'm not going to name names, because if I considered you to be a friend, we probably talk pretty much every single day. So thank you, Jay. Thank you, everybody, for watching tonight. We still got a lot to cover before we wrap things up here. But I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday this weekend. Okay, stay safe. Enjoy time spent with your loved ones, and the belts will always be there. You fucking idiot! Stop buying belts when you can't afford it. All right. You also know who I'm talking about. All right, that's all I gotta say.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Panetta, Matt, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You know, if there's one thing I do have to say, is I'm an awful friend, because I'm down deep in my own shit that I don't, that I shut out, and I go and I do my thing. But the group of people that you have around you is the best thing that makes you. So make sure that you stick around to that. I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, I lined this up completely, because I just had a long ass conversation with Matt about something. Now Joey's gonna rip apart things. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, come on. Why am I even making that thing? The one and only. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joe Vitanza. Joey, come on. You know, I do. Matt is so like. I think secretly he's like a lawyer or some shit. Because the guy is like articulate beyond like anything I've ever seen. Um,
You know
Joseph,
what?
welcome to Get the
I
Strap.
was talking to somebody today, and I said, Matt Panetta is like the Tom Hagen of The Godfather.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Joey, look at you, baby. Talk to me about your kitchen, bro. Cause you've been struggling, bro. What's going on with your kitchen, bro? Talk to me, King. I'm here for you.
I'll be happy when it's finished. Hopefully by Christmas.
Is that a serious timeline?
I hope so. I mean,
No, bro.
I mean,
Oh, that's awful.
the
dude.
kitchen being gutted right now. It like every time like I walk through the kitchen to let the dog out, I'm like, oh man, like
John,
I'm stressed, dude.
dude. So you use what, like air fryers, all that stuff, but
Air fryer,
like,
man. I went to my. I went the grill. I went to Target. I told the wife yesterday. I'm like, man, what are we gonna do for breakfast Thursday and Friday? And I'm like, I'm gonna go to Target and buy a little skillet, electric skillet.
yeah.
Make some
Those
eggs.
are those aren't expensive, actually, right?
No. So I go to Target. I'm looking. So I call my mom, like, hey, guess what I'm doing right now? She's like, what? I'm like, yo, I'm buying the skillet. She's like, I have one. You could just borrow mine. She's like, why waste the money? She's like, how much is it? I'm like, $20. She's like, fuck it. Buy it. I'm like, eh. I'm like, what does yours look like? She's like, a skillet. I'm like, send me a picture, so I know. I went to her house, got the skillet, so I'll be frying some eggs up tomorrow on that thing.
It's a total break. Jesus Christ, Joey. We don't lie here. We couldn't find any pictures of the Noirs or the classic shield, so we're gonna talk about hobby stuff and these belts. But Joseph, what possesses you to get a classic shield? Tell me, without naming names. You just recently sold a Intercontinental Championship from the good folks at Classic Shields. Am I right or am I
Yes.
wrong?
Correct.
When that person received that belt from you, tell me their response.
Man, I'll tell you the response right now because he messaged me earlier today.
He's gonna read that shit verbatim, bro.
Hell yeah. He goes, and if you're in these groups, you'll know who it is because he's posting like crazy and he loves it.
Good.
goes, "Hey,
we
Joe."
love that.
Oh, like I'm happy because he tagged me. He's like, hey, Joe, this is the thing of beauty. Can't thank you enough. And for the smooth transaction. Like, he loved it. Like,
So here is where I stand with Classic Shields, Joseph.
Yeah.
And then you tell me where you stand with Classic Shields.
Mhm.
I think I am an outlier because I don't care. You send me the belt when it's done, right? Like I ordered it September of 2020.
Yeah.
It is. I still haven't even gotten the tracking. We've paid it. It's done. It still haven't gotten. This is probably gonna be out on Monday or something like that.
Mhm.
I am the big person of I don't care when it comes in. Right? I just don't. Because number one, I know that it's coming from a source that's going to, number one, be on point. And if it's not, I need to, just like Matt said earlier, you reach out to the maker and right away they fix it. They did that to someone where they're, I forget who the guy was, but you remember that, Joey, that his snaps didn't line up?
Yeah.
And he hit them up. And like within a week, he had a new belt right away. They was like, yo, keep the other one. Don't worry about it. Right?
Yep.
So I'm comforted at that fact. So I don't care about how long it's going to take. So let me give you an example. My belt that I ordered was an IWGP version 3. I will be posting pictures of that on the Pounding the Me group on Facebook. So make sure to join that. But I am going to be posting pictures of it. It is my favorite belt of all time. There is IWGP V3, IWGP V4, Winged Eagle. Okay. It's just masterful. It's grand. It's sexy. I say sexy, but really I like the fact that they put their names on the side and the dates that they won the belt. I think that's just grand. It's amazing. Um, but I'm getting that belt, but it took me 3 years to get. 3 years, 2 months. Joey, what is your thought process right now on Classic Shields?
I have no issue with Classic Shields. They were smooth for me to work with. Now I know other people have had issues, you know, but like I
Yeah.
can't speak on that. Like I can only speak on mine. You know, like when I put up that CSIC, people were like, "Yo, when was it made?" I said, "Ordered 2022 and received in 2022," and that's the truth. Like I'm not gonna.
Can I ask you a question? Did
Yeah.
you flex anything for them to do that?
Oh man, if I did, I did. You know, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it, dude. I'm not.
Jones, cover your ears. Oh my God.
But here's the issue.
Joseph,
Here's the thing.
go ahead.
I ordered that right after I got my CS Winged Eagle. Okay. So like
Mhm.
like 2 days later, I hit up Irfan like, "Yo, how much for the IC?" He gave me a price. I couldn't pass it up. Okay.
No.
I couldn't pass it up. Okay. And so I was like, cool. Like I ordered it in May. Yes, there
You let
is.
me
I
ask
mean,
you
I
this
think all
question.
you put down is like $80 to $100.
You put money, you can send money at certain times. I
Yeah.
don't do that. I pay when they're ready to go. Look at y'all, bro. I can't wait. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't know, he's gonna learn it now. On John Bodoy, I'm gonna be requesting that he be on the next episode of Get the Strap, where we talk about the Oval Intercontinental Championship and the legend killer himself, Randy Orton. Um, legend killer.
But let me tell you about this. I see like I ordered it in May 2022. In June or July, I'm getting sent like plates. Hey, here's your plates. You know, they just got done being etched.
From
you
Classic
know.
Shields?
Yes. And I told them like,
Okay.
yo, I don't mind waiting a year. Like I don't mind. Take your time. December of that year, they're like, yo, belt's ready. I'm like, whoa, hey. Like, I don't have no issue with them. Like, communication's perfect. Like, but like, that's just me. Like, I mean, why did I go with CS? Because they were the best and they still are the best. I'm sorry. Like,
So when it comes to belts that aren't offered by shop, and we talked about this, we say, hey,
yeah.
make sure that when there's a belt that's on shop, this belt isn't offered on shop. Now you're gonna be in the comments and you're gonna say, yes, Jay, it is. No, the network logo is offered. This is the completely different belt for us who care enough. And again, these are belts that we don't have many pictures of because the makers get very nervous. This is a thing in the hobby. They get very nervous about people not having pictures because they could get their group shut down because it's illegal.
A lot of them
Right?
cover the logos.
They cover the logos. Joey, this is a Classic Shields. What are your thoughts on this?
So I like the quality, but the thing is, I never liked this belt. I hated
Joseph
this design.
Vatanza.
I
What
hated
is wrong?
this
Why?
because you're replacing such an iconic WCW US
You ain't
belt.
replacing shit. The belt was inactive, Joseph.
I don't care, but when I think of the US belt, I think of the WCW 5-plate
I'm
US
revoking
and the
your black
3-plate.
card. Give me the black. Send me the black card in the mail. What is
I think
going
Jones
on?
can agree with me. I hope he
No,
does.
he. Oh my god. I actually
See,
really
thank
enjoyed
you,
this belt.
Jones. Thank you.
You'd be sold out by your old people. Bro.
I thought this
Like
belt
that
was
ass.
ugly. I thought this belt
Really,
was
you did not
ugly.
like it? I thought it was
Did
beautiful,
not like it at
bro.
all.
What? You
Yes.
but boy, you guys didn't like this. I thought this belt was amazing.
Oh gosh. I thought they
okay.
downgraded from the WCW US to this one.
So you thought they should have just brought the Jamar back and just thrown a WWE logo on it?
I would have been fine with that. But or no, but like I mean, like you know, like when the Winged Eagle got replaced by the Big Eagle, we were like, oh man. But the Big Eagle was such an iconic belt in itself. This belt, I just thought it was ugly. Like the whole design. Like I didn't like it.
Okay. It is, you know what? It is what it is. It's the Friday
But
before
the
Thanksgiving.
plates and everything look immaculate. It looks beautiful.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read you something that was privately sent to me by one Matthew Panetta. And this is like, I love y'all, but yeah, you Canadians need to chill. I will give you the shirt off my back. Matt Panetta, I think you're fucking great.
You
Okay.
know what?
Send me your address,
I
by the way. I
haven't.
want to send you a Hogwarts themed Christmas card, like I send everybody. But
I don't know if you know this, but Matt Panetta has a belt on order with CS right now. It's
do
called
not
the
say it.
Saskatoon Hardcore International title.
Is that true? That better be true. Because you better stick to it. You sitting here and sticking with your damn dirty lies of saying that the only belt, this is from Matt Panetta, by the way, the only belt that matters is the Canadian championship that Lance Storm introduced. I don't even know how to spell Lance Storm. Okay. I like Jones. We need,
Panetta's like, if
you
I
know
can
what?
be serious for a minute.
I'm gonna move on. Joey, talk to me about this fucking bed sheet.
Yo, man, that's Nawaz's staple, yo.
Do you think he washes it?
I don't know. I told you how he sent that to me. You messaged Nawaz, like, yo, Nawaz, what do you have in stock? And when I tell you he has, but when he says he
Yeah.
has stuff in stock,
Yeah.
he does.
He knows what the fuck he's doing, Joey. He really knows what he's doing. I showed everyone before the IWGP V4, ladies and gentlemen, to Mr. Muhammad Nawaz, and Joey, what? Let me ask you this: what do you think of other makers that are probably like right below that price range? We're talking about $350, $400, $255, because you know that's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good medium for people. Would you go with Nawaz or would you try to go lower? Would you explore?
I may go, I don't know if I can go lower. I'll go to Nawaz. I mean, Panetta's hitting up Nawaz for the 100 and under kilogram belt.
Jesus.
Panetta's getting these references all day. I would only go to, I'm sorry, I can't go lower than this. But that's just me. Like, there's a different tier, you know?
Yeah.
Like, people hate on CS for the price and the quality. But
And
when
the
you're
time. Hey,
buying
don't forget
lower
the time.
quality,
They're gonna kill
there's
you in
a
the comments.
big
Don't forget about
difference.
the time.
I'm sorry, there is a big difference.
Yeah.
And the value for CS is still out there.
It is.
I proved it.
It is. And I think so here's what I do with my collection. There are belts that come from Classic Shoes that, white gloves, no touchy behind DTOVs.
I'm
And
selling mine.
then you have belts that are standard definition, like the V4, and that Panetta can drape his balls all over it. I don't care, right? That's what it's there for. But that I wanted those two belts, the V3 and the V4. Jones talked me into getting the V1 and the V2, the IWGPs, to display my bedroom. But I do that. I get certain belts that I go, you know what? These are the belts I want to handle. These are one of the belts I mess around with. I want certain belts to be white glove. I don't want to touch them. And I think this is a belt that I am comfortable, me of all people who likes perfection, to get a standard, get an SD. What, Joey? What roughly? How much would Nawaz steal from us for
360, 360.
That's not bad at all, and it's 4mm. It's not like the shop version.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, he'll do a nameplate on there, for you.
And again, it's not like it's the when you look at, obviously, we have this one picture of it, but when you look at it, it's not like the shop version. I'm going to be talking to Jones about this in a few seconds, because although I enjoyed this, but I know you didn't like it, Joey. I didn't like the fact that it was so thin. Right? It was so thin. It was 2mm. It sucked. It didn't have any weight to it. What other belts do you have from Nawaz, by the way?
I have a WCW 91-94 on American leather.
Yeah.
I have a Nawaz all gold tag on American leather. And a HD gold scratch Big Eagle.
Are those belts you're still trying to sell, Joseph?
Yes, they are.
Okay, you want to tell the people which one you want to put it out there? What is it? The belts that you?
I mean, if anybody's interested in belts, let me know. I got 1, 2. I sold the Undisputed V2. Somebody backed out on me. They gypped me. And then somebody else bought it.
You know, Joey, hit up Joey for the next
I got
belt
5 belts I'm selling.
on
I mean,
sale.
I'll tell you this, man. Black Friday, I'm doing deals so low, like it's gonna be crazy.
Okay, Joseph Walton.
Whoa,
Joey,
whoa.
let me
Listen,
ask you
man,
this.
I'm gonna miss my collection, but I'm also gonna be at peace with the belts that I'm keeping.
What is it that you're keeping exactly? Because I feel like you're gonna keep them, and then 3 weeks down the road, Joseph's gonna mention to me
No,
that you mentioned some other belt that you want.
no. So you'll know I'm keeping. Okay, so here's the thing. I may get emotional with this.
Don't make me
So-
cry. Purple
No,
Rain,
no.
baby. I'm in love. Don't make me cry. I'm emotional.
No.
I'm not
So-
hard. I'm no longer the goat of all goats. So don't make
So
me
here's
emotional.
the thing. You know how I got the Figs WCW US 3-plater, okay?
2 fucking millimeters. It's horrible, but
Yeah.
it has the nostalgia, yeah?
So that's the first belt I ever bought.
Mm-hmm.
I told my son, I'm like, yo, it's the first belt I ever bought. I said, do you want this? Because if you don't, I am going to gift this to Michael Jones. Like, I was going to send it to him without knowing. But then I found out he has that same belt. So, now that Jones has it, I'm going to keep it. Because if I didn't have it, I was going to give it to Jones if he didn't have it. So, I'm going to keep it. All right. The other one is the UFC V3 official. I can't get rid of that. You know that.
You have the figs?
The official UFC V3. Yeah.
When did you get that? I didn't know that you had that.
Yeah. I got it in a raffle in AJ's belts for $16.
What? What was
years.
this?
Yeah. This was about. I remember it. It was a UFC fight. It was Max Holloway in the main event against Dustin Poirier. And I remember it. Like, I went to a friend's house, like family's house to pick up my son.
Yeah.
Like during the fight, because they live like a couple blocks away, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get back to get this fight, watch this fight. And AJ's, belts. I get the message from John, and it was like, yo, you won, pick your belts. And he had a blue block logo, big eagle with the red backing. It was just like, and I'm like, yo, I'll take that UFC, and it's a V3. Won it for $16 in a raffle.
You, ladies and gentlemen, look, I'm real quick. Hi. Purple Rain. If there is one wrestling belt, and that is the epitome of wrestling belts, and you don't have to fork $3,000, $2,000, Jones will get you the right number in the comments of how much the IWGP V4 is. There is a belt that initially was like, when it came out, it was like $620 something on Wrestling Superstore. It is called the UFC version 3. It is the epitome of what a replica should be. And the reason, and the way you'll know it is when you flip it to the, in the back, and it has that stamp in the back. It says Figures Incorporated, and it has their address in Providence, Rhode Island, and everything. You got to make sure you look at the date. It says 2016. If you have that belt, your pussy game go from here to right up there. Okay, I've watched it with my own eyes. Okay, one of the best wrestling belts you can get. It is amazing. Joey, do you disagree with that?
No, it is amazing. Stacked on stacked on stacked like that belt.
Unstacked, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joseph Fatanza, thank you so much, Joey, for being on here.
Well, hold on.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you going to sell that V3?
No, hell no.
Hold on a second. Let's talk, bro, because I let mine go a while ago. I said I didn't care, but now I do care.
I mean,
you sure you don't want to let it go?
No. And I'm keeping my CS Winged Eagle.
Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Fine. Ladies and gentlemen, Joseph Fatanza, Joey, thank you so much for being on, bro. We appreciate you, baby. Mwah. Okay, listen. We're almost gonna get there. And the reason why I picked Jones for this is because I just want to get it straight from him. Okay. Jones is very attached to this belt because of number one, MVP, and number two, AJ Styles. Okay. And he can decline and say, no, that's not true. But I know it's true. Ladies and gentlemen, please before I go into this, I want to bring on the man who holds this whole thing going because it is really him. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Jones. Is it AJ or is it MVP?
Joey about to make me cry, but there it is right in the background so we can see it.
Jesus. Jones, is it MVP or is it AJ or is it both?
For that belt, I would give it more to MVP since he hasn't really had. But there's only one other belt I would put MVP. That's the IWGP IC version 1 since he was the first champion.
It's
But
$2,500.
yeah, for that replica, yeah.
$2,000. Oh my god.
When you think about it, you got to pay for the import fees and all this stuff.
I
So
know,
yeah,
I know. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, Jones, you have the Figures Inc. version,
of what?
right?
Of
You don't
this?
have the Figures Inc. of this one, right? No.
No, that's the Figs Inc. you see in the
You
background.
have the Figs Inc. in the back. What do you think of this belt in particular? Just I know Joey didn't like it. I know Badoy doesn't like it. What did you think of when you saw the 2003 version?
I was very disappointed because no, the other I was a WCW guy, so therefore you took away my legacy. It came over with Booker T,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, killed it. Like I don't have a problem with them killing it, but you can't have the U.S. title. I was like, all right, cool.
Jones, I love this belt. You're hurting, like you guys are hurting me. Like me, I love this belt. Maybe you guys didn't know that, but I love this belt. I thought it was great.
Okay, I'm not mad at you for loving the belt. Here's my caveat though.
Yeah.
It grew on me, but when I saw the replica, I went
Yeah.
back down. I was just like,
Uh,
because it's the same thickness as those. I don't need
so
that. Like, and
so
then
that's
because
a problem. That is a big problem, Jones, right? So this was the one I had. And there's one thing I want to mention to you, Jones, so that everybody else can see it here. When I got this belt, I made the mistake. You see the spot right here, Jones? Where I'm circling it. Hold on, let me put it back. When I'm circling it right here, this was like a red spot that I never addressed with WWE Shop. I got the belt and this red spot stood there, and I saw it. I was like, I like it. I don't want to get, but my issue when I got this belt, Jones, and you're gonna, I know you and belts. It was so tiny.
yeah, it's a very small belt, so that's a
It threw me off because I got, even this is the 2 millimeter version of the Big Eagle. I got it for my 20th birthday from one of my girlfriends. I felt like it was grand, even though it was 2 millimeter. I still felt it was grand. I didn't feel this with this one.
it didn't
Where
get big
would you,
till whatchamacallit got it. Apollo Cruz. He got the bigger version, and that was right before it died.
right before yeah, and I thought it was a good belt, Jones. You are a person. Why do you like belts to have size?
I'm a bigger guy.
Is it because you're chunky, bro?
My walking weight is 350. So what am I going to do with a little belt?
Bodoy put that to 99 Corolla. So I sold this. I sold this. I got it. It was 2 millimeter. And this is something, Jones. I'm gonna tell them. You tell me if you agree or not. This is gonna be the first time on GTS that I'm gonna say do not get the shop version. You can't get this version on shop right now. This is a Figures Incorporated. Okay. This scratch version is not sold by the shop. What would you suggest people to do when it comes to buying this version of the belt, Jones? Because I don't think Figures Inc. should be it.
Do you want the answer you want me to say, or do you want my answer?
Speak your truth, King.
Don't buy the belt. You want the belt? Don't buy it.
And then you got you, and this is the thing, Jones. I think that people need to. I need to keep stressing to people because I continue to have people like message me and say, "Hey, how do I know this is an actual belt? It's a stamp in the back, right?" Even though I tell you not to get it, I still want you to get a product that you're gonna be able to sell and move forward, right?
Mhm.
So you got to get the stamp in the back. Um, Jones, talk to me. Why did MVP matter to you so much with this belt?
Uh, MVP was like it was because it was an original creation that happened, and it was just something that caught my attention from day one. As soon as I heard Montavious Porter, I was like, "Who's this?" I was like, "Oh, that's cute. It spells MVP." But it was like, "Oh," and
You
then it was like they made a big deal about him from day one. He was a free agent. They signed him to this lucrative contract. He had pyro when a lot of people didn't have pyro at that time. Like the
yeah.
theme song I liked, but the lyrics was trash. I'm sorry for those people who like Silk the Shocker. Like Tropicana, I got the juice, man. No,
Yeah.
that's not going to cut it. But so, but
Jones.
I like the character. I'm still a fan of MVP. Like I've been a fan
So
of him. Like I was,
even now, like even through and like John says, his entrance was dope. Like his entrance was really good.
I was there the night he won the IWGP V1 in Philly. I met him that night.
You did?
Yeah. So that was like he left WWE. I took my MVP gloves. I was like, hey, just showing you, I'm a fan from day one. He autographed them for me. So
Jones, I can tell you that I enjoyed MVP's run. You're gonna be shocked. I enjoy Cena's run. And I enjoyed Booker's run. I felt like it was something bigger coming on.
mhm.
Um, so would you go Nawaz? Would you go where would you go to get this belt?
It's here's the thing about what I'll say about this belt. If you want this belt, depending upon where if it's one of your grails, CS it. If it's just a belt you enjoy,
Thing, yeah.
go to Nawaz.
The grill thing is important.
I'm gonna say if it's
The
a
grill thing.
grail, go to CS. Um, depending upon, I would probably get them to oversize it. That's just me, but I know it's not accurate, but it would just look better
So
for
could you
display
just tell
purposes.
for the people who are interested, what is it that you do when the belt is oversized, when you want the belt to be oversized? Do you just say, hey, I want it to be bigger by a certain amount of inches, or does the maker know?
The makers for the most part, you should say, hey, do you know like I know you already know the legit specs of it, but can you add 2 inches in height and maybe a couple inches in width? Like you just have to negotiate with them. Like it's going to cost you more, but you just have to go in there and with your firmness and say, hey, I know you make it this way. I want it this way.
My boy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Jones. Mike, thank you so much. I appreciate you, baby. Let me ask you one thing before you go.
Hmm.
What are you thankful for, King? Look at Joey. I did that on purpose, bro. I did that shit on purpose. I said I'm not gonna ask Joey and watch him get pissed off in the back, and he did. Joseph, I will ask you when you get back. Jones, what are you thankful for, baby?
I have a circle of friends I'm very thankful for. I'm thankful for my family. Um, I'm thankful for being able to wake up. I'm not going to make this about religion, but I'm thankful for God, what He does for me. But that's just me. But there's a list of people who know who they are. Without them, I wouldn't be here right now. I would not be on this show. I'd be in the background somewhere, but I probably would have never even been around here.
The goat of all fucking goats, Michael. How can you look? God, it's Get the Strap. It's Purple Rain. It's season 3, episode 3. And we do have an announcement. I kind of, put it out there earlier by hitting the wrong button. But ladies and gentlemen, the next time you're gonna see us here on Pounding the Meat is gonna be December the 2nd, 2023. Mr. Sam Vallely, the CEO of Hyper Focus Games, is going to sit down with our very own Vinny Vegas to talk about the Ultra Pro Wrestling game. We are excited about this. We wanna talk about it. And Vinny Vegas is the talker. So, ladies and gentlemen, next time you will see us will be on the 2nd of December, and it's at 4 p.m. There's a reason why. He's all the way across the pond. So make sure to tune in for that interview with Sam Valelli. And we appreciate you for coming on and get the strap, baby. I mean, on our pong in the middle. So thank you. Now, final, we're gonna wrap this up, and before we do, we have one final segment, the Survivor Series. So I'm gonna bring out Mr. Mike Jones, Mr. Joey V, Matt Panetta. Guys, welcome back. Let's end this. It's the night before Thanksgiving. Jones, is that what shirt is that?
It's a O'Shea Edwards shirt. It's not what you thought it was, but that's why.
You thought I was exhausted.
Yeah, but that's one of the reasons I got the shirt, though.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Ruthless Aggression, the Survivor Series, right? We are, the day before Thanksgiving. Matt refuses to acknowledge that it's Thanksgiving. But I want to talk to you guys about 3 matches with the Ruthless Aggression Survivor Series, because I think the Survivor part was very big back in the day. Last episode, we talked the 2002 Survivor Series. Shawn Michaels overcomes the odds, Elimination Chamber, becomes World Heavyweight Championship, becomes World Heavyweight Champion in a stacked Madison Square Garden. We have the following year where we built a storyline of Team Stone Cold Steve Austin, Cold Raw General Manager, against the other Cold Raw General Manager, Eric Bischoff. On Team Stone Cold, you have Booker T, Rob Van Dam, the Dudleys, and the one and only Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. And on the other side, you have Michael Jones, Christian, Chris Jericho, Scott Steiner, and the legend killer himself, one Randall Keith Orton. Matt Panetta, you see this stacked lineup. Who did you think was going to win when you were thinking of going into Survivor Series?
I was conflicted, bro. I didn't know who was going to win, but if I had to favor one team over the other, Stone Cold and Booker T on one side, and the Heartbreak Kid. For me, it was Team Stone Cold.
Joey, wait, were you shocked when what happened?
No, I wasn't, because it was a perfect victory for that person to be the last man standing, because he was on his way up, but it just propelled him even more. But I like this match, but I thought the other Survivor Series match on this card was better. That's just my opinion.
Team Lesnar
versus Team Angle.
Okay.
I was a fan of that match.
Okay. Jones, tell me, do you think the right decision was made with the ending of the match?
Yes, I do.
Tell me why. Why did you think that should have been the end of the match?
All right, let's see. If by just looking at it, I would have picked that team to win just on paper. You got to remember where my background is.
Yeah, you're right.
I would have never even. There's too many egos on one team, and the other team really wasn't egos.
Yeah, very true.
Point.
Very true. So this is becoming a segue into episode 4, because you're gonna see a segment. Clearly, every people who know this time period, Team Stone Cold loses to Team Bischoff as Batista interferes and Shawn Michaels gives a performance of a lifetime. And I used to say this to myself. I used to say, hey, when I look in the mirror, the man staring back at me has a clear conscience, crystal clear. I gave the fight of my life at the Survivor Series. If it wasn't for you and Evolution, Stone Cold Steve Austin would be here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I had issues as a child. This was the only thing I had. And then you go and Jones, I want to go to you because the theme continues with 2004 Survivor Series. And I know that you know right away the theme of the person that I'm talking about that wins this match. I asked the question to Matt Panetta I think earlier or the show before. Do you think young Randall Keith Orton was number one ready to be world heavyweight champion in the summer of 2004? And what would you have done differently moving forward after he hit that RKO?
He was ready to be champion. They cut him off at his knees too quickly. They didn't give him a chance to even flourish. It was just like, oh, you're too young. Let me get that off you. That was a problem. I've always had an issue with things like this, no matter what the promotion is, where they pick the person and they cut them off before they got a chance to even get in the full gear.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
So, Joey, what did you think of Randy's babyface run? Because, again, next month we're going to talk about the Over Intercontinental Championship. And you have Randy hitting his RKO. He's not the legend killer right now. For that short amount of time, he is this weird babyface because he struggles being a babyface, right? Randy is not a good babyface. What did you think? The thumbs down happens, and now he's in the Survivor Series team. What are your thoughts about Randy Orton during this time, Joey?
I was like shocked because you had him beat Benoit for the title at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Next night they do the Celebration Evolution. Triple H like that, and then he does the thumbs down, boom, and then he wants Randy to hand over the title. Randy spits in his face, runs up the steps, in the crowd. And then he loses at the next pay-per-view. I'm like,
Unforgiven.
Yeah, you only give him like a month reign. I liked Randy's run as a babyface, but like I thought he was better as the Legend Killer as the heel.
Yeah.
Because he was such a dick that you wanted him to lose.
He was perfect. He was like my Purple Rain, bro. He was perfect.
Like, I'm kind of mad about this pay-per-view because it was in Cleveland and I didn't go.
You didn't? Why?
No, I don't know why. I forget.
You're everywhere, bro. Oh shit.
I know. But it's fun. A lot of people forget in this match, whatever teams won, they got to be the general manager for Raw for a week. Yeah, for the night.
So that was a good stipulation. And Matt, I have to go to you. Do you think it felt short? Because let's talk. Let me just remind everyone. I believe it was New Year's Revolution, where this whole thing. I know Maven hit Triple H with something. He got counted out. Some weird shit happened where the title was vacated. Do you think it was worth letting go of SummerSlam's Legend Killer for the result we got in January, where Triple H had the world title at the end anyway?
They billed Randy as the youngest world champion, right? And I was a huge Evolution fan, but I loved the rise, but then the fall just happened way too quick. I love heel Randy. Randy as a heel is I think what he'll always be remembered for. And with him returning with Survivor Series on Saturday, I'm hoping that's what we're gonna see.
You're not looking for a CM Punk?
Well, I'm wearing the shirt, bro. Like,
I mean, you were the one who fucking sent Randy Orton. I'm trying to check in.
I'll say
listen,
the ending of this match was perfect. Like the whole sequence of it, because the crowd popped. Hit that when he
look at all the roids in this pic.
Oh my god, bro!
Like everyone's just juiced, bro.
So
like I said about 2003, 2004 also had another SmackDown, good, Survivor Series elimination match.
So I want to go to Jones for this next one, and this is our final segment. Jones, I want you to hear this, and I want you to tell me whether you agree with this or not. Young Randall Keith Orton is to Survivor Series what Shawn Michaels is to WrestleMania. Do you agree with that? Think about it, Michael. 2003, he and Stone Cold. Hold on, because you be saying wild shit sometimes, right? Even though I do agree. By like 3 days later, I'm like, shit, man, he got a fucking point. But listen to me carefully. 2003, he takes out Stone Cold. He wins, even though Batista interfered. He wins. Mm-hmm. We just saw he wins Team War and he gets control of Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Then here, he outlasts the sole survivor every single year. Do you think that statement is true?
It's kind of hard to argue with it. At least for this era. I don't think I have an argument for that. We'll see if it continues this weekend. But just to piggyback on a statement, like, don't get it twisted. Babyface Orton, at that time, we never got to see the full effect. The last Babyface Orton run we saw during the tag team run was great. But I'm hoping we get ball-headed Orton, who's a menace, back.
Viper. Yeah. The punt, the kick. I think he could have one final run with the title if
Jones wants 2009 Orton.
Yeah.
I want to see him kick Cody right in the head.
Matthew.
He's going right after Jey Uso.
You know what's crazy when you look at this picture? It's Shawn Michaels and a bunch of mid-carders.
That's why I frowned as soon as I saw this picture. I was like, why did this happen?
But like, I think like HBK, his kryptonite at Survivor Series is Orton.
Yes.
Except for when it was the DX Survivor Series in 2000.
Mike Knox.
6.
Mike Knox.
So he's still in the match versus, the rated RKO back in 2006.
Yeah.
That's the only time HBK beat Orton in the Survivor Series match. Like, his team won.
Yeah.
But, like, you look at, like, 3, 4, and 5, like, 3 straight years, Orton's the last.
Sole survivor.
And he's beaten HBK twice to do it. Joey, well, he basically beat DX 3 straight years.
Joey, let me ask you this before we end this, because we're going to move on. We got to leave. What are you thankful for, baby? Because you got tight. What are you thankful for?
I mean, you asked everybody else except for me.
No, you know what? Hey, look, you're the only white guy here, so it's fine. Go ahead.
Wow.
Matt's half Puerto Rican. Matt's half Puerto Rican, so go ahead. What is it that you're thankful for, Joey?
Matt's checking on his 100 kilogram from CS right now.
You know what's my favorite clip in the WWE? This right here. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. But Joey, tell us what you're thankful for. What the fuck?
Man, I'm thankful for my family, work. My mom, who's making an awesome Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow.
Hey, look at God.
I'm thankful for everybody in Culture Shock, Pounding the Meat, that supports and works behind the scenes, that does the stuff that nobody else sees. Like, we grind and work to do this, and I'll just say 2024 is coming.
It's going to be great.
That. But
and
you know what?
You tell me.
I gotta say I'm thankful for Jones, because I talk to Jones every day.
Yo, he be sounding
and Jones keeps me sane. And
the man's Facebook posts are out of control.
I just want to say thank you, Jones.
It's my guardian angel.
So, Matt, I'm gonna leave this to you. I want you to set this up. What is this? We have him win the Survivor Series, and a gong goes off. What did you think at this moment when the next sight you saw a lightning strike hits and you see
terrified, bro, terrified, and I was so excited for the next chapter in Randall Keith Orton's career. It was a great way to end the show, and left a great cliffhanger.
It really did, and I love the fact that he was able to graduate. I felt like he graduated up when it was time to face the Undertaker. Joey, you got to tell me, like, what did you think of this moment when you saw that lightning strike and the freaking door drops down and he's just standing there?
Yo, when he first hears the dong, you know, the ding, you see Orton in the ring like, put me down, telling the other wrestlers.
And
like,
no one's putting him down, bro.
Yeah.
He's still up there.
Like, it looks like he's seen a ghost because him and Taker had such a great rivalry. I mean, I thought Orton should have been the one to end the streak. You know, when he hit that RKO, the counter from the choke slam into the RKO,
slam, yeah.
everybody thought it was over.
Jones,
But I mean, it was a great ending to the show because you're like, oh shit, Taker's back.
it was Jones. Was he ready for Taker?
I will stand on this hill to the day I die. Brock was not the person to do it. You should have given it to somebody who was younger and could use the rub. Brock didn't need the rub. Brock was going to be Brock no matter who he beat.
Facts. 100% agree. And ladies and gentlemen, the one more thing is that we stop booting fucking spinners. Please stop booting spinners. And the one thing I was gonna say earlier, this is my one favorite clip from the WWE. Let me play this.
That new rag. What up, G?
Ladies and gentlemen, for Matt Panetta, Joe Vitanza, Michael Jones, I am the incomparable Jay Cross. Thank you so much for joining us the day before Thanksgiving. And to my Purple Rain, my love, I love you. You are the sweetest thing on God's green earth. Thank you so much for everything you do. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all. I appreciate Matt. I appreciate Joey, Jones, Jimmy, Vinny, and all of you. Thank you so much. Please enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family. None of this matters. It's not real. It's just for fun. My name is Jay Cross Jones. Hit me out, baby.